So veterans report to training camp today in Berea. This is from Howard Balzer, a national NFL writer, tweeting out the 11 guys the Browns worked out yesterday. A couple of offensive tackles, a tight end, a defensive tackle, 3 linebackers, a couple of wide receivers, and a guard. A lot of guys that played in the spring leagues, but what that tells you, G. Bush, when you look at it, 5 of them, almost half of the 11 are, 3 of them are linebackers, edge rusher, defensive tackle. That just kind of gives you an idea of the positions that they're looking at to upgrade or bring somebody in.
Oh, we know what they're looking for. You lose a guy like Perrion Winfrey. He was going to be a fringe guy, but he was still on the roster and a guy they used, assets and picks on to get. So you lose him, and now you still have a question at your linebacker position. We know what Anthony Walker could do. Taki I think he's going to come around a little longer. JOK, to me, this is a make or break year for him. So you need all that you could make, right? You need all that you could get. Because even when you look at the backups like a Phillips, it's tough to pencil those guys in as an automatic guy that's going to be a contributor when Phillips has been hurt his whole career. JOK has not been healthy throughout and has missed a lot of games, and frankly has not stood up to the physical nature of playing linebacker in the league. You got Anthony Walker, who is a leader and who's a guy people look towards, but at the same time, he's coming off a quad injury. So for me, I think the Browns would serve them a great need if they go out and continue to keep their eye on linebacker, because to me, that's still an area of opportunity where they can get better. Receiver is another place where, if you get a guy with a hamstring going down, you might have an issue with that. Like you might have to, go out there and find another receiver and that can play football. But I think D-line and linebacker, they're going to consistently look at a lot of guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do bring in the last cut day. You may see the Browns bring in a guy to sign him to the team that just got released or cut from somebody else the last week of preseason, because they're keeping all the guys. I think it's the 80, 90, whatever it is, 90-man roster, and they cut it down all at once. So you may see a couple of guys who you didn't think were going to be on the team or weren't even on the team during camp that could make the team based on whether or not the defensive tackle room is going to be up to snuff, whether Tristan Hill and Maurice Hurst come back, and do their thing. And then also what's going on with the health of the linebackers, how many reps are they going to be getting, especially if you're looking at Taki, and Phillips and Walker, who had injuries last year.
They will give the young guys training camp to see what they have and then see if they can find an upgrade from somewhere else.